How do everybody? Nice back here again, and we have got another inbox review for you. So today we're going to be looking at Eduard's 1/72 BF 109 F2 and F4. I am not even going to try and pronounce that. Okay, so this is a limited edition dual combo in 1/72, and you'll get one of these models, so an F2 and an F4. Okay, also in this you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 options. So they're just some of them there on the side of the kit, as well as some photo etch parts, some mass for the canopies and the wheels and all that sort of stuff. So you can actually get quite a lot within the kit itself. So what we'll do, I'll put you on the overhead and we'll get cracking. So same as a normal Eduard boxing of their limited edition kits, you get a really nice glossy booklet. Okay, so we'll just open it straight away, and I actually like what they're doing now with this part in some of their special editions. They've got like the development of the actual aircraft in question. So you've got all the way from the E all the way down to the F, and also there's the G's and what have you after that. Okay, you've also, so it goes through to the F4. Okay, it tells you some of the differences on the actual two kits. You get either a fuel tank, a 500-pound bomb, or some 500 kilogram bomb, yeah, or some 50 kilogram bombs. Okay, different props. What confused me, it says 500-pound then there, but also the Germans, they do them in kilograms, so that's what confused me. Anyway, moving on, we then got the sprue map. Okay, so the sprue map, you will have 2 lots of certain parts of these. Okay, so 2 lots of the photo etch, 2 lots of mass, and I would assume 2 lots of these parts as well. Okay, we've then got the colour callouts in Mr. Hobbit Aqueous and Mr. Colour. Before we move on to the actual building of the kit, so what we've got here, what I will do, I'll only take you through one, and really if it points out any major differences, I'll let you know. So we've got the main cockpit. Okay, same with a lot of Eduard kits, you get the main parts, but you then get parts going into it, but it directs to where it's actually going, and it shows you quite clearly where bits go. Okay, so we've got the cockpit, we've got the instrument panel, and that going on to the actual cockpit part with the seat and the seat belts all going on there. We then move on to the excuse me, the sidewalls, not forgetting about, no, is that upside down? I'm just checking. Yeah, that's upside down. So that's the nose cannons, okay, that slot in there. So you've got your cannons will eventually go in there. You've then got your where you marry the 2 halves together before putting the tail on there. Okay, with the undercarriage, the rear tail wheel. We then got slotting the actual cockpit into the aircraft. We then move on to adding all the other like odds and sods to the actual aircraft itself. Obviously later ones of these, I don't know whether it's on this one, or some will have the different filters on the front. Okay, so if it's a longer filter, it's one that was used out in the Mediterranean, so the tropical filter. Different types of exhaust stubs being used, whether you've got the shielding on or whether you put the shield on with the photo etch. Then adding the tail to the actual aircraft. Moving on to the slats and flaps or control surfaces. We then got the 2 radiators with the integral flaps on there and building them down there. putting some more of the control surfaces on before we then move to the undercarriage, and you can actually see how this undercarriage is designed, how they slot in there, and those will lock those wheels out into the perfectly right position. Okay, and over the page we've got putting the canopy together with again some bits of photo etch, putting it onto the aircraft, whether you want it open or closed, the propeller going together, and then we've got the bombs for certain markings which will go onto the belly of the aircraft, so then it'll end up looking and sitting like that. We then move on to the F4. So the first one was the F1 and F2, and then we move on to the F4. So it's similar sort of layout. Okay, before we then move on, again, I don't know the differences. If I end up building this, I'll probably be able to find that out. Okay, moving on, and then on to the fuselage again, dropping the actual cockpit in there. The some for the, you can see the tropical filter there going onto the side of the cowling, and then it's just working the way through exactly the same. I can't remember seeing the strengthening bars on the other one. They might not be there, but there we are. Okay, so for certain markings H, I and N only, we put those markings on. Okay, dropping everything together. For again, we move on to adding the wings to the aircraft, putting on the flaps, the slats, all the control surfaces, the chin radiator, again with different types of chin radiator. We've then got the wheels again going on, same locking in as you would expect, and then on to the rest and using the prop and what have you. Before then we move on to the mask, and then we move on to the actual colour call outs. Okay, so we've got Werner Mollers from Krefeld, Germany 1941. Jürgen Harder from Germany 1941. Okay, so this is a really cool looking scheme. Okay, so they've tried to cover up the nose there to make it a little bit more actual camoed. We've then got Germany, June 1941, Takhan, so I can't even pronounce that, Russia Today. So you can see how it's got a different type of camouflage to the actual some of the others. Okay, so we've got this brown green upper surface. We've then got Soviet Union 1941. Okay, again we've got the normal RLM 71, 74, 75 and 76, but you've got this sort of like, I don't know, this disruptive pattern all over with a lovely big big nose, and yeah, that's good. That part there's a decal for the spinner. We've then got France 1941. Again with lovely mottling on this one. Okay, this one's carrying a bomb. Again, the massive yellow nose to tell whether it's is it a wing leader if it's got the yellow nose? Okay, or the squadron commander. We've then got France, November 1941. Again, we've got the nice lovely mottling pattern. We've also got a winter camo in here, so this one's from the Soviet Union, December 1941. So you can see the white over there, and you can really do a really nice white wash on these aircraft and making them look really worn as the white gets worn off. France, October 1941, so again another nice mottling pattern. Hermann Graf, okay, from May 1942 from the Soviet Union. So again, we've got the nice mottling pattern on there. Quite a lot of markings, like I said. We've got Libya, May 1942. Okay, the RLM 79, 78. Okay, so again, you can make this look really, really dusty if you wanted. July, Soviet Union, July 1942. So the darker, well, the RLM 70, 71 and 76. We've got Sicily, July 1942. Again, another modelling one with a really nice pattern on this one. I like how it goes up like that. And then we've got Pesmo, Finland, 1942. So this one would have moved up from Sicily or from the Mediterranean. You can see with the lighter brown. So when they got up there, they just went over that lighter brown with the other camouflages and left a really, really destructive pattern. And then the final one from Egypt, 1942. And again, it's got the overall 76, 79. Okay, then we've got the stencil data for the F. Okay, and on the final page, you've got your other bits and pieces that you can get from this. So, what we'll do, we'll get cracking, and I'm just looking, making sure what we've got looks the same. Okay, so they are slightly different, so I will do both. Okay, so this one, we have got the fuselage, wing lower, wing upper. Okay, some of the undercarriage parts, some of the wheels, and the wheel hub. Okay, so hopefully you can just make out some of the really, really refined detail. Okay, so this one's saying it's CF2 on there, but you can see the lovely rivet detail, the lovely panel line detail, some nice detail on the wheel hubs. Okay, so the fuselage, okay, it's all recessed. Okay, then we move on to the lower wing and the upper wing, and again, this is a 72nd, remember, so again, it's absolutely beautiful. The tread on the wheels, really nice. Turn them over, and then we can see we've even got the little detail within the wheel wells, and then we've got detail on the actual the cockpit sidewall. Next up, we have the F2, F4. So again, we've got the fuselage, 2 wings, and 2 lots of underwings. So you can see the different shape of the actual undercarriage bays. Okay, so that being said, you've got the 2 different undercarriage housings in there. The only part I don't like is this part here. Can you see this? That'll break off really easy, so I'd probably cut that off and probably look at getting some tubing to replace that with. Okay, but again, some lovely detail all over. Turn it over, and again, we've got the same detail in the wheel wells, the flaps, and the actual sidewalls. Another bag with another 2 screws in. Okay, so and a sprue of the propeller, or one of the propellers. Okay, so we have our cockpit floor, our control surfaces, tail. Okay, so again, it's all really nicely done, so you can actually see the lovely detail on that control surfaces. Nice detail on the fuel tanks. The cockpit instrument panel in plastic. Some more of the wheel hubs, the bombs. So you've got the nice detail on the undercarriage covers and the control surfaces just there, and the radiator covers. Nothing really to write home about, other than you can just, hopefully you can just see they've got some lovely rivet detail actually inside those curved bits of the undercarriage bays. So this next one is basically a replica of that, but this one's for what it says the FGK. That one's said for the FGK. So actually it's two sprues that are exactly the same. Okay. Next up we've got the sprue of the propeller, or one of the propellers. Okay. So it's nicely secured on there. No flash or anything to write home about. Colour parts, 2 bags. So we'll just have a look at the one bag, because the other one would be more or less the same, if not the same. Once I can get it out of there. Right, let's go that way. Once I figure out how to get it out, that is. Okay, so same as with any Eduard kit, the clear parts are absolutely superb. You get photo etch for external and internal for 2 aircraft. So it's normal photo etch from Eduard, lovely detail as well. If it's just a little bit of 2D, sorry. But that being said, this is 1/72, so you'll probably get away with it more than with any of the bigger scales. We have the mass. I'm not going to get them out, okay, because I can't really show you them, but the mass will be really well cut. That leaves us on to the decals. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the main sheet out to have a look at. Okay, so main sheet for this. All right, these are going to be the Eduard new style decals. Okay, and looking at them, they look a lot better than some I have seen. Okay. Some really nice nose art on some of these. The dragon, the devil. Okay. The looks like a tiger down there. Okay, you get your swastikas on there, obviously in 2 parts, so they can sell them in wherever they need to sell them. Okay, and so, again, they're nice looking decals. It's just how they react. That's all. So that's Eduard's 1/72 boxing of the F2 F4. It's a lovely little kit. Okay, really nice little kit. And to be fair, we've got this for £23. So for £23, you get 2 very good kits, 2 lots of photo etch, 2 lots of masks. So you know it's a really good deal, if I'm honest, for what you actually get in the box, because it's going to be the best in scale 109. Okay, so yeah, really nice looking kit. Okay, well that's it from me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Bye.